Hey guys, check us out tonight. We got our boy back, Ethan Michael from Smoke Dreams Art. He's going to tell us about how his business has worked over the last 12 months since he's been on the show, and he's going to tell us all about his new life and what's all happening. We're going to talk about every sitcom movie that we ever watched in the 90s, crazy lifestyle stuff. Check us out.
Hey, Pudge, what time is it?
It's time for the Chubby Guys podcast.
Woo!
I'll tell you what, man. The Rebel whiskey you're having.
Oh,
there.
yeah, I like that.
Okay. Now that is a very good whiskey, for my opinion. Like their regular bourbon there. Very cheap. I mean, it's less than $20. Okay.
Okay.
Pretty good flavor. Well, I've now found that they make a couple different ones. Curtis got one that.
My God, as a parent of an 8-year-old with a family and moving through life, the best thing I ever did was download the McDonald's app. What a breeze. Order for your family. Pull up. They bring it to you. Easy. Download the app today from McDonald's. Hey, guys, on behalf of the Chubbies, huge thanks to Geiger Brothers Construction. Give them a call at 740-286-0800. They've been great community supporters, and they are a friend of the Chubby program, so thank you, Geiger Brothers Construction.
Forget what it's called. Then I found one in Pennsylvania called Cask Strength. Now they raise it up. I mean, it's about $60.
Okay.
It's still not crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, this Rebel bunch knows what they're doing.
Do they?
Oh,
I can't get to the
stuff.
point where I can drink them at home. I don't drink at home unless.
I mean, that's what I drink at home.
Is it?
I mean, but there's nothing that I would rather do to relax than light up a cigar and pour a glass of bourbon on the rocks.
Yeah.
Love it, dude. I mean, that's living to me.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
And I mean, man, I'm not like drinking the whole bottle. I'm having,
See, I
one or
can't.
two.
I can't stop myself.
Well, on a big night, I'll have 3 glasses.
You're not scaring the neighbors or anything.
No, dude. They have no idea what's going on. They're just probably like, man, it smells terrific out here. I mean, that is a great smell.
Music.
Yeah, and man, things
Is that
seem
Kenny
kinda
G?
slow.
This guy is so relaxed.
Hey, listen, man. Now I got ripped on the other day by my spouse. I was actually sitting out back, cigar going, bourbon, listening to. I can't believe I'm even going to say this in front of Pudge.
Please do.
I was listening to classical choral music.
Hey, man. Yeah,
I find
that's
that
all right.
very relaxing. Like I'm sitting there, it's almost like listening to opera or something, man.
My granddad was
and
a
I'll do
big
that
singer in
occasionally.
that
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
back in the day.
I will
Yeah.
listen to
It was a big part of their
like
existence.
classical choral music, man. I don't even care to listen to some hymns. Like, I
Absolutely,
just feel
man.
like I'm in church.
There's
or
some
something
power
out
there.
or something. Oh my God! I mean, it's just like relaxing. It gets your head right. I mean, dude, that shit motivates me.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter the context.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
power
yeah,
they bring
yeah.
to it is what it is.
I mean, I'm a guy that'll go from John Prine to Eazy-E
oh yeah.
to classical choral music.
I was.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm not making
I
fun
mean,
of you.
hey, challenge. Hey, tell me about that for range.
Oh, that's the musical range right there.
That's the spectrum.
Yeah.
Twice. It's like a typewriter.
Rap has been on mine lately.
Oh, really?
I've been
Hey, let it flow, man.
old
Yeah.
school, old school, new.
I tell you, it was that TikTok. Ooh, Ethan got
I can beatbox.
Yeah, you can beatbox a little bit.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can.
Hey, do you want to help develop your child's athletic ability? Or maybe you want to get off the couch and make yourself a little bit better. They earn the day at AP Prep. Look them up, apprep.info. Hey, are you a business owner looking for insurance coverage? Give this guy a call. You know him. You trust him. Jason Gillum, Gillum Insurance, 740-395-0190. Old or new?
Well, that TikTok, that song, Another Day, it's Saturday and Big, you ain't got nothing to do. That song on TikTok, I don't know if it's Biggie, What You Gonna Do, or
Dude,
something.
I don't know. Yeah.
And I started listening to Biggie off of that song because I was like, man, that's a catchy little tune, you know. And I started listening to Biggie again, and then that just, I was Tupac on the way in. So I'd say old school.
My wife and kids got me caught up the other night. We were going over to Athens, and they were listening to a song that basically it has a Rick Astley riff in it.
Oh yeah. And they add to
That must be hot in the young
it's a
schools
young
right
what is that guy's name?
Yeah, but I
I'm gonna
mean,
get
that's
killed.
if you
Young-
need
young
a quick
something.
$5 million, that's what you do. You just
Oh,
find
my
a catchy
God,
old
yeah.
'80s tune.
And I mean,
Tag
you know
along
what,
to
man?
it.
It is pretty good. Young bag. or
Gibson
something,
loves
Young
that Rick Astley song.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's the guy's name is Young something, and like he's, I think, pretty popular right now. And it's a tremendous name, but
But it sucks you
shows
in.
Oh, it had me, man.
Rick Astley,
I'm like,
yeah,
hey, man,
man.
let's listen to that again.
When is that not
I mean, hey,
sucked you
I mean,
in?
I'm sitting here listening to a rap song, and I'm getting rickrolled. Yeah,
Absolutely, yeah. Like,
You guys like remixes? You like
depends. Yeah, I mean, I can get.
well, I
into
mean,
a
that's the whole
remix.
point of it.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
they
right.
suck you in.
Yeah,
you
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah, that
elaborately
tagline,
planned.
yeah, you got
they
that-
don't
you
do
got that-
boring songs.
yeah.
And then tag some new rap lyrics.
Oh,
to it.
man.
And it's all the ones that just suck you right in. Like
What was that Eminem song that did that? Didn't Eminem have one?
Oh, he's had several.
Dream On.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, the
and-
Aerosmith, man.
All right, you
yeah.
have me at Dream On.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Isn't
I'll
that-
go ahead and
that's
listen to
cool
this.
though how that music crosses
Now
over.
I like when Eminem
It's good, dude.
does
yeah,
anything.
Yeah, I know.
man. I mean,
Did
that
you
guy
have you
is-
seen where the game challenged him to a battle? The game, like the
No,
old
I
G
didn't.
Unit game.
I'm out of that game.
Well, I got into it. I got sucked in, and
What challenged him to what?
well, those guys have like lyric battles.
Was it Macho Man?
No, they have like lyric battles, which I mean, it's an art form.
Oh yeah, like the kind of in the 80s they used
That's
to
what they
do
did.
that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
So-
yeah.
so-
What was his response?
Just in their world, they would say killed him, or whatever. I mean,
Eminem just
They
laid
say
him
that
out.
Eminem is like a different planet when it comes to coming up with rhymes.
Yeah.
You talk about crossing
like
the barriers.
impromptu
Yeah.
stuff, like he's there.
People
Yeah.
across the barriers are like,
Oh
this guy
yeah.
is the best.
What,
Yeah, legit.
what rap was hot whenever you were in school?
Oh jeez, man, Easy.
Yeah, NWA or Easy?
Did you have the,
both?
Did you have the
both? I was a little more Ghetto Boys.
Yeah,
Gangster of Love. Damn.
Yeah.
Public Enemy?
Oh yeah.
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 Flavor Flav.
All that.
Get the blank out of Dodge.
Yeah, I mean, there was
Kid
a
and
group-
Play.
Kid and Play. Yeah, that was a little more Will Smith-ish type
Okay,
stuff.
so
which-
you weren't
Funny
digging
movies,
that.
though. Funny movies.
well, yeah, I mean, like the
Yeah.
Will
House
Smith
Party.
stuff is all right.
Bernie Mac was going to stab somebody.
Yeah, House
like-
Party.
Like there
You talk about my mama. I got to catch you. That's the rule.
I mean, there was a lot of like I don't know, like probably kids that like younger kids and different things. Like Will Smith was about as far as what their parents would let them dive into
Yeah.
rap. You know,
I remember when-
I mean, like, and I mean, Will. I mean, it wasn't like the music
He
was
took
bad, but like
He took an oath not to curse.
I found myself to be a bit more gangster.
Did you get Dr. Dre the Chronic?
Oh yeah.
When I went over to Chillicothe and got that, my mom made me put it in on the way home from Chillicothe,
Oh boy.
and then took it away from me
Yeah. that was it.
immediately. I never heard it again until it's probably a couple years later.
That's
We-
hilarious
yeah,
that she
we-
made you.
we
I need
used
to hear
to-
this
It
immediately.
said because it said parental advisory.
See, we used to listen to Two Live Crew.
Oh, rough.
Oh, they
Yeah.
Borderline offensive.
They
Outstanding.
took over the world.
Yeah,
though.
they did, dude. Like when I was in, that was the rap. Like
They were
Easy
on the
E,
news.
that Ghetto Boys, Lil Troy, Baller.
Yeah, that was
You know,
2000s.
Yeah, that was later, wasn't it?
yeah. Run DMC,
Oh yeah, Beastie Boys were huge.
Naughty by Nature,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hip Hop Hooray.
Not that I hate you.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What was House of Pain? Yeah, what was it?
Yeah, well,
Jump
see,
Around?
now that's what you had. Yeah, you had a little bit of those. It was kind of a cross then.
Grungy slash
yeah,
rap.
like grunge and rap kind
Cypress
of.
Hill was killer.
Oh, Cypress Hill was unbelievable.
Who was House of Pain? Wasn't that Whitey Ford? I'm getting old. I'm
No,
forgetting.
but I don't
Yes,
know.
he was part of that.
He was the
Yes.
really don't know what it's like. The
Yes. Amazing
Yeah.
talent.
Yeah.
He was. He was
That was a
very
great song. Remember, like Bone Thugs and Harmony came out, Ghetto Cowboy, which was like the borderline crossover country rap.
Oh my!
There's people who's gonna slam on us. For
Well,
this,
I
but
occasionally,
I like it.
I will occasionally like, I'll be, on Spotify, like on some sort of a random play or whatever, and one of these older groups will come over, and I'll be like, I'll snatch that and send it to like 2 or 3 guys that I graduated
Yeah.
with, to hang out with.
Me
them.
too.
And
Yeah.
they're like, okay, man, secretly. That was fucking awesome.
yeah.
I hadn't heard that forever. Like,
we have those texts with my buddies.
yeah.
Remember Shy? The group Shy, I forget that song.
I don't know about that.
Shy, shy, hush, hush, shy do I.
That's Wham, isn't it?
No, yeah.
Or
There was a band, Shy. I remember. I had a tape of them.
You just sparked that in me.
Did I?
Felt weird.
No, I remember. It's cool though to see that stuff now. Or like I've been listening to that DJ Vlad podcast.
Yeah.
I just like his stuff.
Yeah.
And he's got all those old guys telling like the behind the scenes story of like was Dr. Dre and Eazy-E and Cube and all. I mean, hey,
Ice Cube.
these guys
MC
were
Ren and
these guys were legit. I'm not saying gangsters, but listen, their life was not easy.
Oh no. Well,
and-
and I mean, there's always that debate on, hey, was that like bullshit or was that their real life? And I mean, at some point, I think it was authentic. Early on,
You were definitely around it enough.
Yeah, well, you had to be.
It didn't matter
right?
the capacity.
I mean,
If you grew up with that.
Yeah,
and saw
Boys
that.
in the Hood, that movie was just freaking iconic, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you watched it recently?
you know what, man? I haven't, but I need to.
you?
I need to sit down with my
me
son
and my brother.
watch that. Yeah.
Me and my brother were talking about this the other day. Me and Aaron and Adam talking about how we made the mistake of watching it again.
Okay, and was it not good?
The caliber of production, it was like this is pretty bad.
No kidding, man.
Yeah.
See, like I would probably before
I
you
would
said
still,
that.
I still enjoy it
Yeah.
because it is what it is,
Well,
and
well-
all the memories that go with it.
Well, I
And
mean,
it's-
like if you
and
were
you
to
can
ask
recite
me,
it.
all right, prior to you saying that, if you were to ask me, like, okay, man, like if you're going to pass along some movies down, to future generations, dude, that would have probably been on my top 20 list.
But listen, no, I mean, you still got to watch it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's
it's,
still-
a must. It's a must
yeah.
see, man.
what was that movie that had that guy Telly?
Oh yeah. Above the Rim.
No, above the rim was like I watched it more than I did.
I thought
Boys in the
Telly
Hood.
was the homeless guy in that.
No, that was Bernie. That was that Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac.
He was awesome.
Boots. Remember how they take boots to you.
Make it bend over.
Yeah, they
Now,
make
did you guys find "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker" as a
Oh yeah.
as
The
an
oldest
iconic
Wayne's
film?
guy.
Yeah.
What was the movie? And it was about the
He
kid.
had some
that-
good
And you had
stuff,
Chris
man.
Rock in there, like, how much for one rib?
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch
Yeah.
that. I can't remember who that movie was with that kid Telly.
Oh, kids.
Kids. That was it.
That was freaky.
That was freaky.
Yeah, not familiar.
That
with
made
that
you
one.
wake up.
That did.
Not
Yeah.
familiar with that one.
That was
man.
very.
That was like a young kid or a young, like 18, 19-year-old, 17, high school range, teenage documentary.
Oh, okay.
It's a
like-
story about a weekend that a lot of bad decisions. were
A lot of
made.
bad decisions were
And
made.
it taught you
and a
to,
lot of consequences.
Taught you to be
came in.
safe.
Yeah. Wasn't that didn't they bring it out for like awareness, basically?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was aware.
Yeah.
It worked.
It worked.
Yeah,
It worked. Yeah, I can't remember a lot of them movies anymore.
Now, do you
Get
guys
cool.
remember? I mean, we're going on this movie rabbit hole, and I promise I'll quit. But an all-time classic. Did you guys ever see True Romance?
No.
With who?
Watch it now. You had Dennis Hopper for one was in it. You had Christian Slater was the main man.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
And he was always talking to himself like he was Elvis or something. Dude, it's a very violent movie. It was outstanding. I mean, like Pulp Fiction level violence, man.
Oh.
I mean, it was
Touch dark.
outstanding.
Touch
Yeah.
dark.
Oh, very.
We got to go down this road.
Yeah. True Romance. Check it out, man.
And if
Awesome.
and I would imagine about just being a kid growing up in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
If Christian Slater was in it, when I watch it, I'll be like, I've seen this 20 times.
Yeah, you probably have, man. I mean, and then the other classic, and then I'm done. Maybe two.
Oh, keep going.
Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. Have you ever seen that one?
I've never even heard of these.
All right, check it out, and then come up with add a new term to your vocabulary. And they refer to it as something you would do to a man that you're pissed at. It's called buckwheats. And I'll tell you what, that is, you do not want that to happen to you. And I will not spoil it. You got to watch it.
Okay.
Like if a guy, like, he'd just look at him and be like, buckwheats.
I mean,
It's awful.
Chad, For the record, I was one when True Romance came out. So
Okay. Well, I mean, that I am showing my age, right?
I've never heard of True Romance.
Yeah,
it came out in '93.
Yeah, and things to do in Denver when you're dead. Buckwheats.
Buckwheats.
Boat drinks and buckwheats, man.
Tyler, it sounds like you were a lazy baby.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Can't go watch True Romance. What were you doing?
Me and Gibson recently
What
sat
did you have
down
going on?
Yeah.
before it was in the spring, and we watched from episode 1 to finish of Saved by the Bell.
Oh my
Oh my!
classic.
And I liked it. I mean, that was
Who didn't?
I watched that every day back when.
I mean, that's back when guys, if you played football and on game day, you went to school in full pads in your uniform.
Absolutely. All
If you
day
were
long.
a wrestler, you went to school in a singlet.
in a singlet all day.
Yeah,
long.
yeah, yeah. If you were a
Despite the time
cheerleader,
of
you
year,
wore
it
your
didn't matter.
uniform to
Yes.
school.
The school, yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got the point across.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder why we don't do that now.
I mean, AC
mean-
Slater was changing motors.
Yeah.
He was a body repair
Oh,
man.
yeah.
He could do it all.
Well, and he'd show up on a random Thursday in a singlet
Absolutely.
because he had a wrestling match that day.
Yeah,
you
Did
know,
not care.
Yeah,
a beautiful curly mullet.
They pushed the envelope on that Jessica Spano and her energy pills.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? Whenever
I don't think I remember that.
yeah.
I'm so
Yeah, that's it. I'm so scared. Yes. Cheers. That was it verbatim.
Elizabeth Berkley, one of her best
It was
moments.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Lark
Who later
Voorhees.
became like very
Clark Voorhees, don't even get me started.
Hey, and then let's talk
That
about
Boyz II
Elizabeth
Men
Berkley.
video.
Let's talk about Elizabeth Berkley because her next appearance was in.
Wow. Hey,
Hey, listen, she
That
The
was
worst
famous.
hype movie of all time.
but
simply because of her.
but look
Yes.
at look
Yes,
at
it was
every guy
terrible.
that had
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
about
yeah.
her. Oh, Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
She
yeah.
had been everybody's girlfriend at
Oh,
some
yeah.
point.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
look at all the guys that was watching, and then all of a sudden everybody's an adult, and she starts stripping.
Oh, and it's like,
I mean,
oh, that girl is naked.
That movie
in
went
a film?
ballistic.
Yeah.
Oh, remember how many views? Look up how many views that had.
It was-
What was it? Striptease?
No, that
It was
that was
unbearably
Demi Moore.
bad.
That was Demi
Oh.
Moore striptease.
Demi Moore was stripped. What was that one? What was the one? Look up
Dude, I
Elizabeth
don't know.
Berkley
Yeah, naked.
naked. Yeah, and then yeah, she was.
Let's hope the recruit didn't go down.
She
from
looked
there.
like
I
a
know.
horrible A in the
Yeah,
pool.
yeah.
Remember how wild she went?
Well, I mean,
Splashing around.
I don't even. Yeah,
I
kind of.
don't. It was that.
I
bad.
don't. Yeah,
forgot-
yeah.
I
Like
forgot about it.
Oh,
yeah,
thanks,
like,
guys.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks.
I thought that the hype was a little bigger than
It was
that.
terrible.
Yeah.
It was a
I
bad.
didn't see
That
the
was one of
Demi.
those situations where you were really excited about something, and then you're just like overplayed.
Oh yeah.
Showgirls.
Showgirls. That was it.
Showgirls.
I was about to ask if you were talking about Showgirls.
Yeah, that's it. Showgirls.
Yeah. I remember that. Lark Voorhees, Tiffany Amber Thiessen. That was Kelly Kapowski.
Hey,
Yeah,
that
Kelly,
was
yeah.
that was a young man's Daisy Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, I was more of the older man, and Daisy Duke was Daisy Duke.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dustin Diamond, he's dead. Mark Paul.
Well,
Zach,
he
Mark,
was never my girl.
Who's Zach,
dead?
Screech.
Oh, Screech is
Dustin
dead.
Diamond.
Yeah, dead.
Mark Paul Gossler. Zach,
Grizzly
he don't
bear
even.
attack, wasn't it?
No, just bad. yeah, no, rough life. I think.
bad
No, he
decisions.
had something. He had a disease. I think. Not real sure. And Hell Slater's he's still running around doing
He still
everything.
looks the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He does.
Mario Lopez, buddy, he's everywhere.
He's like
My favorite-
he's like Carlton on Fresh Prince. They
Yeah,
don't get
yeah,
older.
absolutely. Yeah, they're solid.
What else? What else did you watch? I watched that. What was your high school go-to sitcom?
Oh,
Seinfeld.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
I was Cheers.
Yes.
guy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Seinfeld was
Yeah, yeah,
the one that
yeah.
people talked.
Oh yeah.
like
I mean, dude, you guys
the
are gonna
next
rip on
day,
me.
people.
I mean, like
that's all
like
you were laughing about.
well,
was
in like
last
elementary
Seinfeld.
into junior high, dude, it was the Cosby Show,
Oh, absolutely.
and I was a huge unsolved mysteries guy.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
yeah.
are. It was almost a little scary.
Yeah.
you know? A little
Did
scary.
you ever watch Tales from the Crypt on HBO?
I never missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of stupid.
I was an Urkel guy.
We were not an HBO
Growing
fan.
Pains.
Alf.
Growing
Yeah.
Pains.
Growing Pains. Yeah.
Alf
Yeah.
was-
Alf was
I
solid.
watched some Alf the other day.
Really? I've
and
not
it's
seen
still
that back-
hilarious.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yes,
man.
it is. There was some.
Tim the Tool Man, Home Improvements. I
Oh
was on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Definitely do Alf again.
Yes, I'll check that.
I started checking out at King of Queens, but that was a good one.
I thought that guy was funny. dude.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was the only.
But I mean, I was getting older watching that.
that's
man.
the
Yeah.
only Kevin James I can do.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
I'm with
it's
you.
amazing.
Like Mall Cop, unwatchable.
I won't watch it.
Yeah,
No, that's
yeah.
terrible.
I did those with a bunch of movie prudes.
Oh,
Oh, we-
all right. Now,
we're on
all right,
the same-
All right, now we're on it. Now we're on it. All right. Have you guys ever seen the movie Swingers? Best movie out there, dude. Vince Vaughn. Do yourself a favor and watch Swingers.
What is it?
Two dudes, a bunch of young dudes hanging out in L.A. Trying to be comedians and actors and
Just the
everything,
entertain-
and
just the hustle.
chasing women and drinking and doing crazy shit. And
Just living.
it's awesome. Just watch it.
Swingers
It's
with Vince Vaughn and who?
Vince Vaughn and John Favreau.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
it's great,
Yes,
man.
yes.
Vince Vaughn's solid.
Oh, dude, that guy is great.
What was the
They go to like,
Wedding Crashers?
the omelet style or the
yeah.
Waffle House or
Yeah. Oh,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
They always, it's actually a drugstore that serves breakfast in there, and they're
Yeah,
always
so
in there.
yeah, that's a big
And
one.
like they go from party to party, and they drive. They all have their own cars, and they drive in a single file line, basically around Hollywood and different places. It's great. I mean, you gotta check it out.
So are you, whenever you watch movies now, I'm thinking back, so I can remember it being a big deal on Saturday night back when life was slow.
Yeah.
And you'd go to Movie Town or you'd go
Oh,
to
yeah.
Network Video.
Hometown
Yeah.
Deli.
Hometown, yeah. Hometown
Yeah.
Video.
Rent the
Town
VCR
meat and
there.
And
deli. Yeah.
you would go to
Rent a
the,
VCR.
We'd rent a VCR and bring a bunch of meat home, man.
Yeah,
It was,
there you
yeah.
go.
it was a
Yeah.
great
You'd get
day.
2 or 3 movies.
You watch
know.
Romancing to the Stone like
May-
18 times.
Maybe a video game or vice versa. Depending on what mom and them wanted to watch, if you was getting a video game or not.
See, it was before video games for me, man. Like
We had
it was
Nintendos
straight
and
movies.
Segas and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
yeah.
I was, that was back in the, like you were making the choice in the store whether you wanted beta or VHS,
I don't remember.
and their
beta.
beta section kind of started going to shit.
don't
Like
remember that.
it's like, well, we're gonna have to upgrade VCRs, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
You watched? Have you ever went anywhere and seen? It
I
on
always
TV?
thought that was a company,
what?
the Beta.
Beta? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I did.
You thought
I
that
mean,
they
as a
made their
kid,
own? Yeah. Yeah.
but it was a different
It
format.
was a style.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did have you seen like one of them old floor model televisions? Have you seen one of them on lately?
Boy, no, I haven't.
It's amazing.
I'd love
me.
to have one.
It's amazing to me how our eyes have had to adapt from. I mean, because just to watch one of those now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost unwatchable.
Well, listen, man. I remember when I was. This would be probably late '90s. Okay, I was not long out of college, and went up to Columbus to one of my buddy's houses. He had just like got this sweet condo. Like we were like, hey, man, dude's doing well, and he had like this flat screen TV. Okay, now it was still like a big
Floor model.
box,
Still floor model.
yeah, floor model, but like it was big and it was flat screen.
Yeah.
And we were watching the NCAA tournament, and I remember sitting there going, "Damn, this dude has arrived." I mean, this is amazing, And now, like that would look so terrible,
Yeah.
that we wouldn't
Your
even.
phone looks better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there
People
was
would throw rocks at
Oh
you.
yeah. But I remember that day, like
You poor bastard.
yeah, like I'm sitting there looking at this guy's TV, like, shit, man, I am jealous, man. Got to give me a better job.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, look at this. I mean, it was awesome.
And that TV back in was probably $2,000 or $3,000.
Well, hell, it probably was, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TVs were crazy expensive back in.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
I mean, now I could go get like a 30-inch model from Walmart that the picture would be so much better than the one he had there
yeah.
that I wouldn't even watch it.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember being a kid and someone you had to help someone move?
Oh, yeah.
One of those huge TVs.
All those TVs, everything
Well,
was
and-
made out of like solid oak.
Solid
Well,
oak.
and do you
And
remember
8
the
layers of varnish?
Do you guys now you guys might be too young to remember the floor model stereos.
Oh, no, I had one.
Oh, no,
Those big cabinets
They
that
lasted
were-
until the 90s big time.
I want one bad now. I want
dad-
the
my dad
biggest
has-
one I can find.
My dad has an old Marantz head,
Yeah.
the power supply to
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
it's worth a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Those things are really neat.
Does he still use it?
Yes.
I would swear.
Gary's awesome.
Yeah. That's still his radio tuner in his building.
I would swear to
I'm coming
you.
to see this, Gary. I'm
Yeah.
coming.
I would like to listen to one of those now, but I would swear to you that the sound quality on those was pretty decent.
For the analog system, it was
Yeah.
very, very clear. You get a different like frequency with that.
It's kind of cool, man. Like
Yeah.
if you listen to vinyl on one of those, I mean,
It's a different experience.
it's great.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
The digital has sucked an element of the sound out.
it has. It's too clean.
It's
almost
clean.
too clean.
Yeah, it's all clean.
You know, yeah.
Neil Young always said, "You got to have that static."
Just a little bit
You
of it,
gotta
man.
have that.
Like
Yeah.
there's something about that vinyl.
Yeah.
And on an old record, on
It's an
an
energy
old
there.
like
There's
floor
definitely
model
an
stereo.
energy, yeah.
I went to a place with Nick, Teen, and Morgan. We went to this bar in Durham, North Carolina. That's also a record store bar. Pretty good combo, right?
I
Downstairs.
bet they sell so many records.
Oh,
Oh,
get
yeah.
there.
well, you go to the basement. Yeah, you get your craft beer. You go to the basement, and it's like this huge record vault, man. And they've got this.
Where's
huge,
this at?
Durham, North Carolina. It's got a big floor model stereo at the end of the room, you know, and you're just kind of cooperating with everybody else down there. Everybody kind of looks at each other, and when it's your turn, you take one of these records you've found and you go up there, and I mean, dude, I'll tell you that sound. And there was a young lady
there's
in
one
there.
in the
There
store?
was a young
this
young
is
lady in
incredible.
front of us that, like, you know, you don't know what you're going to get. You know what they're picking out.
Uh-huh.
This young lady, like, it looked like a college student, probably at Duke or something. Who I don't know. Walks up there, and we're probably thinking, you know, what in the world is she going to play here on vinyl? What are we going to get? Probably hear the Beatles, right? You know, so Kenny Rogers hits us with "Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town."
I'll get you every time. It's like a
And it was like
Kick by mule.
and with that
Right in the heart.
staticky kind of.
yeah.
It made my beer taste better, guys. It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Yeah,
better tasting beer.
yeah.
Yeah, here's the
Hey,
better.
so if you're looking for a concept for a bar, I'd go bar/record store. Pretty strong.
I'm gonna put a record player up here
Yeah,
in the Airbnb.
I think that's a good move.
Just give them, you know, a couple whatever. If
Put
I ever
10
could buy-
albums up
yeah,
there.
just put
Yeah.
10. Let them hear vinyl.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
may
yeah.
even get a pair of these headphones. You know, like a
Oh,
podcast.
let them
stuff,
really. Yeah,
You know,
That'd be neat to just get complete strangers and see how interesting.
yeah. I know.
You know,
yeah. just-
And be like, hey, by the way,
There's a
you're
50
on film.
or there's a $50 discount if you.
Let us film it.
if I could figure out how to,
Yeah,
if I could figure out how to do it, I would love to just offer them a chance to record a podcast while they're here.
Oh, that'd be great. Or a greeting that they could leave.
It
You
could
know.
eventually solve a murder.
Yeah,
You never know.
you don't.
You ought to have them leave.
Larry David saved a guy's life.
Have them leave. Have them leave a video greeting, and we'll put it in the trailer of our podcast.
Yes.
That'd be kind of sweet, man.
Yes.
Oh,
They stay above our studio. Just to have them record it, send it to us, and we'll play there.
we'd have to.
greeting.
We'd have
This
to
is
get.
gold.
That is
Yeah.
gold.
And like it kind of gives you then,
Jesus Christ, that is gold.
it gives you a little bit of a
Use
record
Airbnb to your
of who
advantage.
stayed there, right? You know, like a lot of Airbnbs have like a little thing you sign in.
Or, yeah,
and
or
do
say,
that.
hey, do you want to shout out on the podcast?
Yeah.
Sign the sheet.
Yeah, sign that sheet and send us a video of
Yeah.
your experience.
And
you know?
happy birthday to my daughter.
Oh, that's a great
Yeah.
idea.
You know
Hey,
what
I
mean?
could. Yeah, I
But
could do
that
a.
gets to their daughter.
Give a shout out to whoever you
and
want,
they're
man.
spreading it out.
So I could.
Yeah.
I could basically take. I could say, okay, leave a little box or a little piece of paper that says, "Send us your greeting or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever,"
Yeah.
and email it just from your
To
phone
this.
to
Yeah.
the Chubby guys at gmail.chubby. Yeah, that's what it is.
And
Chubby
we'll leave you in the
Bartenders.
trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do that.
Or you-
I bet some of them would come down to this table and talk to you.
Probably.
Well,
Yeah,
if
that's
they,
the plan.
hey, if they leave an unbelievable greeting, like, what do you think the odds are that we're going to call and be like, dude,
Yeah.
let's do the full thing.
Yeah.
Let's do the full episode. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
It's worth a trial now.
How you like that brew kettle, bud? What do you think of that
Oh,
white
that's good.
Raja?
That is good. That's good. That's a nice. It's
clean,
It's
dude.
clean. It's light.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not light, but it's
No.
it's.
well, it's I
there,
mean, it's
but-
not going to kill you.
No,
Yeah.
you don't. One of them.
Yeah.
It's not like sand on.
It's only 12 ounces, man. I mean, you know.
I had a good IPA that was made in West Virginia, right down the road in Elkins the other day.
Hey, let me tell you what. All right, let's see if you guys agree with this. Now we've really kind of got to get into a podcast with Ethan here eventually.
Yeah.
Really, you don't have to.
Okay, all right.
Serious?
Listen to this.
I don't.
Tell me, agree, disagree. West Virginia, one of the most underrated states in the union.
Absolutely. On multiple levels.
I love that place, man.
Yeah.
What I was trying to think.
Maybe the most underrated.
It's probably the most underrated.
The most underrated state in the union.
Probably.
It
I
might
mean,
be the
that's
most,
a pretty close to true statement.
I think Utah's coming up.
Oh, dude, people are getting
People are
They've
starting
got
to figure
the desert,
Utah.
the jeeping,
Yeah.
the mountains.
Yeah.
Like, which I mean, you know what? West Virginia's same thing with trees.
The difference is the landscaping heights. You know,
Right.
In West Virginia, you have shorter, steeper hills.
Yeah.
That you can see the top and get to the top.
Right.
In Colorado, in those places, you can get there, but it's
Well, like Utah, Colorado, the West is
Yeah.
the West is different.
It is.
And I mean, Utah, I think that's been out of the bag for a while, dude.
Well, I was
mean,
in the Alleghenies over the weekend, and it was gorgeous.
well, I mean, I'm telling you what, man, West Virginia, coast to coast, West
that up,
Virginia,
Tyler.
dude.
Look up
not
where a snowshoe if it's in the Poconos or the Alleghenies. I stayed at the Allegheny Resort, so I
it's
just
in the
assumed-
Alleghenies, dude.
But the Poconos, but aren't you in like
those
the
are in
Poconos?
Pennsylvania.
Well, shit, you're close.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, but I think
But
the
doesn't it feel
Poconos are
good
in
to
northern.
be able to come back and say, "Hey, I just came back from the Alleghenies."
It does.
I spent a weekend in the Alleghenies.
Yes.
And it's as Appalachia as it gets.
Oh, dude. Well, that's what I mean. But man, isn't there a love there,
Yeah.
man? Like Appalachia. Hey, listen, Appalachia, stock up.
It's
bud.
awesome.
The stock is. up
We're
in
starting to
Appalachia.
become one of the last frontiers.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
The population's headed to Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Weed took everybody out to Colorado.
Teach your children well.
Yeah, that's
With
right.
Appalachia, I'm serious.
Yes.
man.
Oh,
Teach
I
them
agree.
to do all
Hey,
kinds
and
of stuff.
Where do,
I'll tell
where, do-
you,
where do you see this town in 100 years?
this town,
This town.
Jackson.
One less building. That's Oak Hill, I'm telling you.
Yeah. One
just-
less
they tear
building
down
every
the old
100 years.
ones.
Yeah.
Nothing goes back up.
Well, I'll tell you, I really hope that Jackson County, my prayer for Jackson County is that, man, we somehow get some jobs down here. I'd love to see that happen. There's a lot of things we got to do to make that happen.
Factory is going to make some stuff happen.
Hey, put that mic in front of your mouth.
Well, we've got to,
You gotta
this
talk right.
mouth?
Yeah, that mouth.
we've got to work
you.
with. The infrastructure here has got to get better. We've got to get our workforce a little stronger. There's things we got to do. But like, you know what, man? Honestly, where do I see this town in 100 years? Probably about like it is now.
Yeah.
I don't. One thing that you have here, good or bad, I don't think that you see extreme changes in Jackson County. Would you guys agree?
Well, that's the double-edged sword.
Well, is
charm
it good
about
or is it bad? Yeah,
There's a safety in it,
sure.
and I enjoy that. with
Well, and
my
I think all
children.
of us.
When you see stuff on the
of us-
news,
yeah. Well, all of us.
it's like I'm glad I live here.
Well, as parents, all of us, like you said, double-edged sword. Like it's, are there awesome experiences? I don't know, but we've got the basics.
you got to take them there.
And there is some safety in it. And then I can make the decision as a parent as to what. Heck, we go all over the place. We're going to have experiences.
Sure,
right?
absolutely.
But like at home, I feel like is safety the wrong word? That's probably the wrong word.
There's a lot of people that won't go out and venture out into the world because they tie their own net around themselves.
Yeah, and I'm not
here.
for that.
And it's like anything other than what I know is not good,
I think this is a
but they're
beautiful.
conditioned to think
it's a
that.
beautiful area. It's great. Do I wish it were a bit more open minded? Yeah. I wish that we could advance a bit, but I don't know, man. We'll see. I say a prayer for our folks that are in the economic development business around here, and I hope that they can solve that riddle. And if there's anything I can do to help them do it, my God, I'm in.
Yeah. Everybody wins.
Yes, I mean I would I'd love to see the income level around this area
Go up.
per capita go up, man.
And
If you teach your children well, nothing will be robbed.
Yeah, I know. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
And you know the thing is, man. And I mean I've got
Just
one.
keep it light.
I got
Keep it light.
I got one that's experiencing this now. I mean what you see here is a lot of kids grow up, they graduate, they go off to school or whatever, and then they don't come back.
yeah.
And I think that's fine. But man, boy, every now and then I think we need some of them
Well, rather
to come back.
but rather than asking that and asking that kid to not do what they want,
Right.
I think a deeper what I'm seeing, kind of maybe, and I'm not trying to be a downer. I think we need more people.
Well, we do. Yeah, I mean that without a doubt.
I don't see how we can grow without more people, because we have the reason. Like I tell people this all the time. Everybody's always bitching. Nobody wants to work. Hey, I don't know anybody that's not working.
right.
I really don't. Do you know anybody that's not working?
No, they want to make more money, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think we have plenty of people. I think just we need less of them tweaking.
Well,
that's a
the
valid point.
population's
That's a valid
there.
point.
the people. Yes, you're exactly right.
Yeah.
There is a certain amount of our population right now.
Right.
That are kind of a liability.
Well, that's what they're not necessarily a contribution to the positive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
and a lot of it's not
if I
their
could
fault.
change your
Let
words,
it be known.
if I could change
Pudge
your
Gillum
words,
did not say any of that.
yeah, that was my take. Was,
No, my heart goes out to the ones that need it.
I think they could
Absolutely.
be. They could be
But
a more.
my goodness, I mean,
I
it's
think they
an
could make
epidemic.
a more
It's an
positive.
epidemic.
It is, and you know, there's people working hard to fight that, and there needs to be resources thrown into that, and you know, man, I mean, people need jobs around here where they can make a living wage. I mean,
Yeah, they do.
you know, everything is more expensive, and there are not a lot of jobs around here where people can live and thrive.
Okay, so let's go back 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah.
There never were a lot of jobs around here that you could do anything more other than raise your family.
Probably true.
It seems like the
I mean,
consumer,
once all the steel mills
But you could
and
walk
stuff
out
left,
of graduation and do it.
yes, you could.
Right.
When you and I
Yes.
graduated, and
Yeah.
you and
Yeah.
I could have went to work at 7 or 8 factories around here, pretty easy.
Yeah, retire.
And my dad did 45 years in one. You know, I mean, we could have went somewhere. You don't have that option.
They were on the tail end of the good part of that.
Yeah, and those guys made enough to raise their families, have a good life. Now, you know,
All joke around all day together. I mean, it was a great.
Where'd that go? I don't. You know, I mean, that's the thing.
And
So-
whatever sees, we all knew that.
well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, why did that have to leave? You know, like, why are all those things? Why have they left here?
Because it wasn't in our control.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, they're always going.
Were we not
make
good
it
enough
cheaper.
worker? Yeah, they can make it
They're
cheaper.
always going to make it cheaper.
Yeah.
You know.
Isn't that crazy how back then, you know, how much different it was than today? And maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm overlooking it
But
or overthinking it.
like the Honda plant
Yeah.
employs a lot of people, and it's probably the most American-made vehicle in America. Because all the American-known ones are built in Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, you
know?
were in those trades,
And
weren't you?
when they talk about buy American, it's like, it looks like Honda's American.
Yeah. So you were a
built
what?
by Americans.
You were a what? You were a steel worker or iron worker?
Iron worker.
Iron worker. Talking that mic, Ethan. You hear the difference?
I was an iron worker.
Yeah.
Now
iron worker.
that's interesting. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So where was your paychecks driving? Because that's a living, more than living wage. That's a nice job. That's a well-paying job.
And how did you get into that?
I had left OU and went down to Rio Grande and got in the education program.
Yeah.
Which was, I didn't mind it. It was kind of cakewalk stuff after coming from OU.
Sure.
I mean, it was like Sunday school.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, that's what like some of the classes were.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like,
I had a similar experience. Yes.
I'm used to like really mean professors.
Oh yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
You know, and there was some amazing professors.
Oh, Rio is a hidden gem.
It
dude.
really is. It really is. Just a different format than I was used to. But I got into the observation part and actually went back to my old high school with Mr. Caton, Scott Caton.
Yeah.
And just remember sitting there during the day, and I got up and gave like a presentation about the founding fathers, and I drew this big poster with all their images on it. Spent a lot of time on it, and I went in front of these kids, and they couldn't give a shit.
You're kind of like,
You really, because it's something
you're ready to change the world, and you're
half of them are asleep, and
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, I don't think I want to pursue this,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And I called my buddy, and
Got a card?
Did you have a button? Did
we
you
got
have a,
man, we organized. Me and my buddy got organized in.
What's that mean? Apprenticeship and everything?
Like we were like salting jobs, which means like passing
Grunts.
like union type
okay.
front lines.
Well, how did
get your
you-
ass kicked right now.
Well,
type
what was
stuff.
what was your
So what do you mean? Tell me about this.
yeah? Like what
What was it?
led you to it, and like how did you even know that this was the
I had
thing?
a lot of friends in it. A lot of
okay.
good friends.
Okay.
Good luck, man. I can't wait to hear about it.
See you, Tyler.
I want to hear all about it like
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, more
Actually,
to
if,
come.
if you want to let us in on the secret,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
if
cool
you
with
want
that
to shoot us
too.
a text, we'll keep it quiet.
Yeah. All right.
Please.
I mean, because I'd like to know.
Be careful.
All
All
right.
right, be careful, bro.
You got to believe, man.
Yeah. Don't ever give up.
Don't ever give up.
Yeah.
He's going
Never
home.
stop being you, Tyler.
He's going to go home for big news.
Yeah. Big.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's going home for big news. But anyhow,
Yeah. All right.
So how'd
you got buddies.
so you called a buddy, and then you say you got organized, which is basically the same thing you're asking. So
Which meant the apprenticeship had already started, so it was like kind of like just prove that you're serious about it.
okay,
You know, and like this is
All the worst work.
This is a non-union plant. Go pass out, literature to get organized.
Oh my.
Oh, it was like very
Hey,
hands-on.
go over there and create some.
It was very
some
hands-on.
havoc.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And there were some uncomfortable moments.
I imagine.
I remember,
yeah.
finally calling somebody and saying, "I think we're in."
Yeah. Yeah. I think we've done it.
Yeah. I'm at the Taco Bell, and they don't know I'm here.
Yeah. I'm using code words. Yeah. But so like then you started. How long of a process was it to get in and being a part of starting to get union jobs? You were pipe fitters,
Iron workers.
iron workers. Okay.
Iron workers. I think.
Sorry.
The last time I
Shit.
said
Was that? Yeah. I was gonna say. Was that like a slap in the face when I said that? Like,
My buddy-
pipe
I don't-
fitters,
I
you're
don't wanna
don't
get-
call me
not on air.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't call me a fucking plumber ever again.
William was an iron worker.
Yeah.
Canals.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Yes,
was.
yes, he was.
man. Yeah. There was a warped brotherhood
Yeah.
that
I agree with that.
I missed terribly.
Now, did you enjoy that
Yes.
work?
Yes,
Okay.
and that was the whole thing.
A
About,
lot of travel involved.
I was
with
in
that
the
even?
mindset that like this is awesome, and it was. I loved
Was
it.
there a lot of travel involved with that? Like weekly,
Oh,
like you'd be
yeah.
going and then come home on the weekends, or
For the most part, we did a lot of Gavin and
oh, okay, so you're close. Yeah,
You had
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
industry and economy back then
Yeah.
that things were happening. There was
Man,
some
the tri-state
infrastructure.
area-
It
What
was
years?
hot.
What years were we
Union-wise.
talking about here?
04, 05,
I
probably.
did 13 years,
Oh my!
05 to.
Now or to 18.
I
And
started
it's
in
fair
05.
to say that like the money was very good,
Oh, gosh.
well above a living wage. I
Oh,
mean,
my, yeah.
what was the downside?
For me, personality wise, was just it was a circus.
Really? Did the work
All
get
the time, it was.
did the work
It
get
was a
mundane?
Group, it was a group of great, awesome brothers.
Yeah, but like did the work,
ornery as ornery gets.
oh, I'll bet. Well, but did the work get kind of boring or mundane? Or
yeah,
what do
it
you
was
think
hit or
kind of
miss.
made you okay?
There were so many different types of projects that I mean, it could go from one end of the spectrum to the other real quick.
So what
You,
do you
you
think?
could be real bored or scared.
It could go from this to that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the way the
what-
mines were.
especially in the power plants, because I mean, you'd get started on one job, you'd work that for about 45 minutes, and they'd be like, "Hey, shut that down. We got something else." You know,
Yeah.
because those places of that caliber, I mean, just stuff's happening all
Well,
the time. And they
so-
got a regular routine maintenance group, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you still got to hire the.
Well, like
the
did
hall.
you? So what? maybe it's the wrong way to say it. Like, what drove you away from that? What made you say, 13 years is enough?
My buddy Ryan was working up at OU. And he called me one night.
Oh, okay.
And I was actually steward on the job of the Portsmouth bypass, all those bridges.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I got to end on the best job ever.
Oh, okay.
We put, 23 bridges in and saved you from driving through Portsmouth.
What a wonderful. Hey, and man, that saved a lot of time, dude. Yeah.
No matter what else I do in my
You're
life,
going
I could
south,
say I was part of that.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
I helped you avoid Portsmouth.
Yeah, well done.
But no, he called me and he's like, I got this position at OU and I'm applying for something else. He said, so my job's open. It's facilities administration. There's a head manager. I mentioned him the first time, Mark Metz, the best guy ever. Man, smart, so smart. But you were like doing like the union employee management and hours and stuff like that, and handling the calls. And so I put
So it was a world you knew. I mean,
it was like late at night when he told me, he's like, here's the bad thing. The posting is over tomorrow. And I was like, well, that's really short notice.
extremely.
And we are setting a bridge past Muletown Mini Mart like really early in the
And so
morning.
I've got some really good hot dogs with sauce coming.
I mean, we were setting a bridge first thing in the morning. And he called later in the evening. And God bless Shyla. She put my resume, got everything in there, got me the interview.
Did you? Yeah.
There was some juggling around, as that's just what a high university does. But I went in, did the interview, only interview I've ever done in my life, and I nailed it.
Okay.
I nailed it.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No, I mean, it was a true test of character, though.
Yeah.
Because going in, I was like, I could easily blow this.
Yeah. Well, but like,
if I start stammering, it's over.
Well,
Well,
but
I can stammer. I do.
well, I bet though you kind of enjoyed that challenge.
Once it started flowing,
Yeah. You're like, ask me another question.
yeah, absolutely. Let's do this. I'll stay here 5 hours. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, not to jump ahead, you covered all that first one. We
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
But I want to talk about what's been going on since you was on the last time.
Yeah.
So you're doing. Now you're freelance stuff. I mean, you have commissioned pieces now. So the first episode, I forget what number it was. Go back and look it up.
51.
51.
Yeah, 51. He knows. Yeah, 51.
Now you're probably what 110.
Yeah, now we're in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So half ago, and
Might have been 53. I don't know.
something like that.
Or care.
So that was whenever you were just letting the public know what you were doing with Smoke Dreams.
Yes, it was completely in the genesis.
So I'm guessing. I think it was right out a year ago. If I was
Maybe a little more. Dude.
not much. I looked at it the other day.
Okay.
And that's what made me think. I was like, man, we got to have Ethan on because there's
We
been
were,
enough.
we were in the old building.
Yeah,
at that
and I was like, man,
Oh, yeah, it's upstairs. Yeah.
He's had a lot happen.
It was a
We've had a
warm
lot
evening.
happen.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I mean, hell, look at the development we've had since.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great show. Here. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things have cycled.
Yeah,
This is-
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of information out on this show. But I thought, so now you're doing you've commissioned pieces. You're a year in, at least a year in. What's happening?
Yeah.
So I mean, you have taken another full-time job
Oh,
at
yes.
school. Yeah,
Teaching.
Well,
St.
that
Peter
seems
and
more
Paul.
like a profession of love.
yeah.
It is.
I mean,
and here's
you
the
know.
beautiful part about it. It's 1 day a week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's all. That's it.
Yeah. So full time, no.
Oh, I thought.
It's the opposite of full time.
I thought when we talked
If you
outside,
could
were
get
like,
the most opposite of that, it's that.
I thought outside.
But
you
I do every grade in that 1 day.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's
Oh, that's great.
so it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I bet that is. I mean, that's got to be kind of rewarding working with youngsters like that. I mean, teaching an art class,
Being able to
that's
show
fun.
them what they got inside of them that's so simple.
Yeah.
the practical.
Not
part of
only is it making you
simple.
rich,
It's
it is working with kids, man. I mean,
So you're doing that.
Look at this garb.
yeah.
You went to you started doing flea markets, or not flea markets, but farmers markets in Dublin, or like art market. What were those things? What were you doing?
Art market.
What did you tell me?
Oh, are you in the art markets?
No, you guys mentioned the
Yeah, what was that? I forget.
thing in the short north,
Gallery Hop.
the gallery house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
So I
did.
got signed up and I did it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we got a lot of attention on the website, which was good.
How did the
But
gallery
it was like 50 degrees, and people were not in the mood to stop and look at art.
man?
It was like 70 the day before.
Yeah.
Go there, it's 50, and people are like, "That's really cool."
Yeah.
Got to get in the bar where it's warm, And it's like, hey, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
How did the gallery hop go though, man? Just
I mean, the support and the reception of it was amazing.
have you gone back or just that one time?
No, and I wouldn't mind going back at a certain point in my career, but if I make that milestone,
In the mic,
which I'm trying.
He's in the mic.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It ain't for us. It's for them.
So how would you describe the evolution of your business, man?
Well, it's still evolving.
And it
Big
will
time.
always.
Yeah.
But from like where
Like we
you were
got the,
last time we talked, man, you were just getting started, man.
We just got the LLC, and
Yeah.
we got the EIN number coming.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the
Yeah.
ball's rolling on that. And
And you're starting to do some work at people's residences, and I mean, you just did this
He's getting ready to put a mural
beautiful
outside.
stonework.
Yeah.
I mean, that was awesome.
He's putting a mural outside. I'm gonna do something like me pissing on mine over there.
Yeah.
Or something.
Well, like
if we could make the stream the arches.
Have me pissing the gold arches.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be great. Hey, bud,
Yeah.
you hear that?
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
the best
yeah,
advertisement you can get, bud.
Check it out. Spot
But
five.
the other side of the M is like a reflection in something.
yeah. There you go.
I think I got an idea for a mural. I got one.
Let's have it.
I don't say it here.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you, man.
alley.
Your work is unbelievable. I mean, all joking aside, is absolutely
It's such a-
unbelievable.
it's-
and you had a show at the Marquee that I got to sneak in there.
Oh,
when
cool.
It
Good,
wasn't,
good,
when
good,
it
good,
wasn't,
good.
nobody was there. You
Yeah.
know, but I got to. I mean,
did
dude,
too.
it is.
Thank you.
I mean,
I'm glad you got
Bud,
to see it.
I mean, I just look at it personally. I mean, I'm proud of you first and foremost. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah. Thank
and
you.
I mean, I think the sky is the limit. And I guess I'm just asking, like, where are we from the launch pad right now, man? I mean,
I always say, I was talking to my Uncle Terry the other day, and I was like, he always gives me good advice. And, but I said, things have been happening over the past couple of years, and I haven't rushed anything.
right. You've kept it at your pace.
You stay busy, but I found the more I pushed my stuff, the worse it made me feel.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
No, it makes a lot of sense, man. Like it's kind of your own wavelength, right? And
Yeah.
I remember you talked the last time, like, hey, man, it's kind of it's on its natural pace.
Yes,
And you seem to be kind of against trying to push the pace because you felt like that would hinder the creativity and maybe, challenge the quality.
sure.
I mean, so
that's-
have you stayed true
that's-
to that or?
Yes, and gotta give a huge shout out to Shyla,
Yeah.
who believes in it, and it was
Well,
like this
yeah.
is happening, and a lot of people in my position, who's and I got commission. I'm sorry, I always do that.
Move that mic. I need to fix that mic on you. There it is.
But just I'm making money with this stuff,
Yeah.
and it's getting
That's gotta be-
gradually bigger. And she's like, "You keep doing that."
Yeah. Let me ask
keep
you.
doing that.
I mean, and I don't care about details of the money, but like all of a sudden you're kind of like, hey, wait a second, man. I've got something that's carries some value here.
That's naturally going up the way
Has that been
needed
kind
it,
of
the way I needed it to go?
Has that been
happened,
has that been
yes.
kind of
You
cool?
be patient, and
Has that been kind of cool for you? Like, or like, does it surprise you that people are like, hey, look, man, I want this, and I'll pay you this to create it.
I think the first yes surprised me.
Okay.
But once you see the enthusiasm about what you're doing, you know that it's worth it.
Well, here's another question I've got.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered this about artists, because when we were talking before, this thing was in its infancy, man. And you were creating things that you wanted to create.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you start going into a situation where, like, somebody says, "Hey, I want you to come to my house and create this," or whatever, or, I mean, I don't know, maybe you work like, "Hey, man, just show me the space and I'll do what I want to do." Or do they say, "Hey, man, I want this," and then how does that work with your creative vibe, man? Like, are you a guy that's like, "Hey, give me the space now, I got to have some freedom," or do you take an order?
In general, the people that come are like, "I want you to kind of do your own thing on this."
Right.
I had one person come and I don't know if you saw the whiskey barrel I did.
I did. Yeah.
She gave me a logo of a lineman, okay, and it wasn't a bad one, but I was like, that could be so much more realistic.
Let me twist that a little bit. Yeah.
And I asked her, I said, "Hey, can I do something else, but same, principle?"
We'll get the theme right. Yeah.
And she's like, "I don't know, that's the one I sent." And then this is the way it happens every time. You get a message later that says, she said, "You go down and do what you want to do.
Do it." Yeah.
And then,
Well, isn't that how artists work? Like, I can't be like, "Hey, Ethan, I've got this space. Now I can give you an idea of what I want, but
that's all I need is a direction."
And then, but if I want, what I want is Ethan Michael. So
Yeah.
I'll just be like, "Hey, I kind of want it to have this."
Yes.
And I don't know if you want to talk about like that rock that you just did, but like, did they say, "Hey, man, we want a turtle on that," or like what was the direction there? Because I mean, that is beautiful, man.
Yeah. I think that's going to be something.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Brad Hale, one of my favorite guys on this planet, he said, "Hey," he said, "I got this huge rock that's just laying, this huge piece of sandstone, 7 feet wide at the bottom," and he's like, "It's like leaned up against our fence post at the gate. It takes a lot of space." He said, "Could you turn that into something?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, let's do that."
Did he give you guidance, or was he just like, "Hey, man, let's make that a work of art"?
We brainstormed about what could be on it, and I said, I've been doing a lot of morel mushrooms. And he was like, and I told him what I'd done. Like one had the frog in it, one had the toad, and I just did one for that lady that had a snail.
Yeah.
Off the mushroom group. One thing led to another on the mushroom group.
Yeah.
That's the best people on earth.
Yeah.
And
so he was just kind of like, "Hey, man, do your thing."
he said, "I like the morel idea." And I said, "What about a big old snapping turtle head?" He said, "Do it." That's it. End of meeting. In the meeting, he said, "Do it." That sounds good. Morels and snapping turtle. Let's do that.
So, like, most of the time, you're creating this art in your brain. Like, people can give you some direction, but like, you're kind of taking it, but kind of it's you're making your art, man. Right?
A lot of what I spend my time on is just staring at the wood.
Really?
That's where I'm at right now.
I mean,
I'm doing the biggest piece right now that I've ever done for the Apple Festival Invitational with the Marquee during the Apple Festival. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
It's 4 foot wide. It's an oval.
Talking that, Mikey.
No, I'm sorry, but
it ain't us. It's for them. I promise.
I know.
Yeah.
And but I thought I had like 2 more weeks on it, and it's due Monday.
Oh my!
So I'm.
Why is it due Monday to who?
For the show at the Marquee. I mean, that's where they accept everything and they sort it. It's an organization.
I'll say, hell, the Outfest went for 2 or 3 more weeks.
So I assumed I did, but that's how my brain works.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, now
So my wife finally opened the envelope. She's like, "That's due Monday."
Yeah.
So here you go.
let's get to work. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So are you selling? Like, is your art for sale, or is it just commissioned, or like how does it?
It's both. I do original pieces, and I do commission pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are your original pieces, though, you're willing to sell those?
Yeah, it's a make an offer type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And you've done well. You've done okay with that. I mean, you're making it work.
yeah,
I mean, you know,
Is it your favorite job you've ever had?
it's incredible.
because that's the number one thing, right? You know, that's what keeps people from pursuing their passions is how can I make that work?
Absolutely. And where I'm at is I'm going enormous on these projects, like the guitar, the coffee table.
Yeah.
I'm going maxed out. So when Steph finally, which I believe in myself now, and I think things are
Well, you
happening.
should. Yeah.
I'm just creating.
Well, like, man, when?
But it's almost like insurance at that point.
Did it ever click in your head, like, man, I'm going to make a living as an artist?
Never.
I mean,
Not until I lost my job to the
but
pandemic.
now you're starting to
like-
see it. Like, hey, look, man, there is a real roadmap for this.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a guy can make a living doing this.
Yeah, and when I start thinking about these projects where they just come to me, I mean that's the way my brain works.
Right. It's like, man, this is the perfect job
and it's
ever.
Not like, hey, you should envy me. It's the complete opposite. But the stuff that regurgitates out of this circus,
I bet, like, now
it was like, man, if I could make that, let's do that.
So tell me something, man. Okay, you woke up for years, 13 years as an iron worker. You got up, you went to work. You liked your work. You did it. You did all that. Now you're waking up, probably doing what you never dreamed of. What is that like? Like, are you motivated to go sit down and get to work? Or are there days where you're like, man, I just can't find it? There's a block? Or what is it like? Is it 24/7? I mean, it's not an 8-hour day anymore, brother,
it's very
right?
sporadic.
I mean, yeah.
It's very sporadic. And I spend I'll tell you, I spend so much time right now sitting on the porch writing music.
Okay.
I heard you got some music back.
Yeah, I've,
Well, now are you still? You're still in the
I'd say
music game?
Somebody said you. I think it was your wife. I ran into her. She came in here one day. She brought the kids
we're
in
going to
here.
do an album. I think I got at least 10 or 11 original songs
what- yeah.
I could have finished.
Also,
by now.
I mean, hey, not only are you creating beautiful artwork and also writing some music.
So right, but
So, like, you're
I'm
really in
spending
touch
more
with your
time
crazy.
on that right now.
Well, now does that?
Now
all
I'm boss of the wall on that project for the Apple Festival.
Well, does that?
Roots.
Does the writing music complement your work as far as an
Absolutely
artist,
it
or
does.
does it take away from it? I mean,
It makes up Ethan
when you're
Michael.
well, that's what I mean. Like when you're thinking of something else, does that make you more creative on the other side too, without thinking as much about it?
You're
Or-
buying whatever is on Ethan Michael's mind.
yeah, it's so cool, man. It seems like
that's
so
what you're getting. When that guy said, "Take your morel mushroom
Yeah.
and take your turtle and do whatever you want," he was paying you basically to say, "Hey, Ethan, what are you?
awesome.
I want to see what you
It's
think."
awesome.
Absolutely.
And so that's
man.
wherever
when they
he-
let you do that, that's the ultimate.
Yeah.
Hey, that dude. That's I don't have anything in it. I got to sip. Cheers
Yeah,
to
yeah.
that. dude.
Cheers to every-
I mean, think of that, dude. People are now paying you for your thoughts.
I mean, dude, like, it would you?
Is there a higher esteemed portion of life?
Well, I mean, that's what I
I'm
guess.
content with it.
That's what I was trying to get at. Like, honestly, like 5 years ago, would you have ever thought,
No.
hey, man, I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just
Not
gonna
at
quit
all.
my job. I'm gonna start doing the things that I like to do, and I'm willing to bet that people will pay for it.
Yeah.
That was probably a tough leap, dude. But now you're
And I
finding
always got to
out
throw a
that,
shout out. Like I remember, like I said on the last episode, when I got the phone call, I had this amazing wave of calm come over me. I knew I was about to get terminated from the graviest of jobs you've ever laid eyes
a
on.
job you did not hate.
A job I did not hate at all. But I mean, it was some place you could go get complacent and just
Yeah,
do it,
yeah.
stay with the system. And be in the system. And I kind of saw the writing on the wall with the budget crisis they had up there. But then when the pandemic hit, I mean, I'm a rational human being. Like, I'm the lowest on the rung of administration.
Yeah.
But amen, I was still administration, and when I was lucky, so blessed that I had a severance package that was off the charts.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how
gave
like
you this
little
freedom.
bumps
Kinda
like
gave you
that?
that. Yeah, it gave you that
Gives you a chance
opportunity.
to not rush into anything and devastate and make a bad decision.
Yep.
And just,
Not have to take big swings and, And
I told her, I said, get online, find the most expensive wood burner on the market. And we ordered it that day.
because you'd been playing with
And
some
my
other
pieces
ones.
of woods went from Christmas ornaments
that.
to stuff like that to 2 foot by 2 foot. And just, I was like, why stop at that? Just keep
And we've talked about it 1,000 times. Chad and I have. Hang on, we'll wrap it up. Longevity. I mean, now, and we see our, just like his podcast, views go up, views go down. You are at the mercy of the digital world, and we're all trying to figure it out.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But I mean, it's just longevity, staying in something means a lot.
Oh, my, yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to enjoy these successes if you would have folded the first time something didn't go the way you wanted it to.
Well, that's kind of how I knew it was right, and that's when I really started believing in myself. Was
You think that's our age?
step by step?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I can't even wait till the next time we have you on here.
Sure, yeah.
Who
Anytime,
knows, man?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
yeah.
We'll say
I mean,
something for round two.
the art is unbelievable. I don't want to say it's gotten better because it's always been good.
It's always been great, yeah.
But the word is getting out, dude. And I mean, please keep taking us along.
Sure, man.
This has been a
and
great ride. Yeah.
you guys don't know what you mean to me
Well,
because
I
I mean, being able to have a voice to, like you said, in this new world,
It's crazy just to
and to
bounce
be-
around this.
this kind of repertoire.
Oh yeah,
rapport. I'm sorry.
We're in with you, man.
And
I mean, go
repertoire.
get it. Yeah.
repertoire.
Yeah, go see this guy's booth at the Apple Festival. He's going to have a lot of
Yeah.
stuff for sale.
Check him out
and all
and get your
this stuff.
website up. Tyler did your website.
Possibly, yeah.
SmokeDreamsArt.com.
So yeah, that should be up by the time this is edited.
Yeah.
Smoke
Tyler did it.
Dreams Art. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he did.
Because the last time I was on, I was like, "You need a website," and that guy could do it. And
And he did.
and he's doing it.
Yeah.
So check us out, ChubbyGuysPodcast.com. Come see us at the Apple Fest. We got limited edition shirts this year.
Heck yes.
Chad and I, Hong Kong on the freaking
And I
Apple
mean,
Tower.
I'm so proud of that picture. It makes me look like a much bigger man than what I am.
Look us up. See you. Go check out our sponsors.
Love ye.
See ya.
See ya.